Welcome, punters. Stick around as Jase and Muzz deep dive into this weekend's group action. Jump on board now with our $20 weekend special, all access to racing and sports over the weekend. You can't beat it for $20. Last night we started off with the AFL clean sweep, and hopefully we got the place multi in the racing as well. Hopefully that kicks us off into a good weekend. How's everything up north, Muzz?
Yeah, mate, she's all right down here. We're getting a bit of wet. We're getting a bit of rain, so I don't know how the tracks will play tomorrow, but we're looking for a couple of swimmers, I think, tomorrow. It's
I
stopped
see.
now. It's a bit windy, but I think it's a soft five at the moment. But any
I just
more
had a
rain,
look.
I can see it coming.
I
Yeah.
just had a look before and it said soft seven.
Oh, soft seven. There you go. Some more
That was
rain.
Yeah, that's when I
Right.
just looked
Well,
before. So I'm
there we
yeah.
go. There we go. So yeah, no, mate, all good down this end. So see
Beautiful.
how we go. See if we can pick some winners. Got a couple last week, but we bombed a few.
Yeah,
Um, I just think as we go, we've said this a numerous amount of times. So many new horses, so many new tracks. The weather. Just it's getting harder and harder to beat the bookies.
it is. And Kaying Rising have another win.
Yes, yes. So.
Still
Oh,
a few
another
spots
thing.
left.
I got a private message. I won't say from who. He wanted to know, do we actually read the tips? Do we actually do the tips, or are they not real? So just for our little friend that sent those, how real? I write mine down old school. I don't know what Jase does, but no, mate, we go through them all and said I've got a program and divide by six, multiply by four, and
Well,
we get.
the way I do it with these tips, these aren't the ones that I'll be tipping to premium members, as I usually focus on sprint races, and I hate the long distance kind of races. So these most of these will get the bin for me anyway. I won't bet on these, but this is just for people who want to have a play on the
Yeah,
group quality races.
yep. Mate, all mine are pretty much right from word go. So,
Yep. Rightio, we'll
get
kick it
ready to
off.
fire up. Let's find some winners, mate. Where are we going to? Muppetsville?
I've got Eagle Farm first. Your
Eagle
territory.
Farm.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Eagle Farm. All right. Let's get
Oh,
off to Eagle Farm, mate.
rightio. Actually, I don't mind
Race
this
six.
runner. Yeah, I don't mind this runner. It's well up in grade. Number 5, Lucky Pat. We're getting around $20 here. Has shown speed in both 800-meter wins in weaker grade. Has a big motor. Could sneak into the money. Jumps up to 1,000 meters here. Will be on speed. Could be a each way chance in a tougher race.
Yeah, we started off with a real toughie. There's a lot of good horses in this. I always do my top four. But they're really this was a very hard race to split again because of horses 2 starts, 2 wins going up in grade. Are they going to be able to come up the city grade? So we don't really know until they're tested. But on the ones that we do know are the ones that we sort of, I suppose, focus and stuff on. So I come up with the top horse number one. I think he's going to be hard to beat with the Tony Gollan stable. Maloney's been on, it's won two on it. I think the dangers will be the three, the two, and the seven. I've gone 1, 3, 2, 7. Sorry for the voice. I've been on the phone all day.
Mm, very good. Right now on to the next race 7. Very besides the favourite, it's an open race besides the favourites. Friday, I've gone with Value Schnitzel Dancer. Big win last start in group company in Sydney. Drawn well, and we'll appreciate the rise to 1,600 meters. Obviously, Brave Monarch, the one to beat, just a little too short, but does look
Yeah.
the obvious one to beat.
Yeah, look, everyone's talking about how good it's going again. You know what I mean? My issue with a lot of these, especially that one there, I've got a massive question mark. It's had 6 starts for 4 wins, but all good tracks. It's
Yeah,
never been on a soft, never been on a heavy. Um, Muntz knows what he's talking about. So you would have to think he'd be the hard one to beat. Um, Call Da Vinci, horrible sort of barrier, but over 1,600. He's had 3 starts over the week for a first, second, and a third. I've tipped him to knock off the favourite. I've gone 3, 2, 4, and number 12 is a bit of a roughie. Um, it's the same thing. It hasn't got any wet form, but Matty Dunn, very, very smart, astute trainer. When he brings them in town, they're ready to fire. So that's at $67. So the ones playing the multiples, top seven, $3.10 to finish top seven. So yeah, in that
Another,
race, 3, 2, 4, 12.
nice. Another roughie that I didn't mind in the race was number 16, Tupacara. Comes out of the same race as the favourite last start, but it was held up at crucial stages.
Yep.
Gets in with minimal weight and also runs its best on soft tracks. It's had one win, three
Yeah.
starts. So I can wouldn't surprise me if it runs top five anyway.
Yeah.
I,
Look again,
keep going
these
quickly.
races we're picking up. We can go through the whole lot, and then it's just the way it goes. But anyway, let's see how we go on to race 8.
Yep, race 8. No tip from me. There might be a few of these. Unsure as to where Private Harry is at after its last failed prep last prep. So it loves the soft, obviously, but he's the class horse. I'm just not sure where it's at. So it's just a race I don't even want to play.
100%. 100%. I'm exactly the same, but I've gone for a little bit of value to beat it. I've gone for the 3 Reserve Bank to beat
Yep.
the favourite 4, number 2. And I've got a big question mark on a horse down here called Lady of Camelot, Gate Waterhouse and Bot coming up with that. They're all coming up for the big races. It's had some success in the soft, not on a heavy. Tim's won on it before. Barrier 4 sits nice, $4.60. I don't think it's a roughie, but it's never been there before. But clearly coming from Sydney to there, it's a bit of a better class horse. So I threw it in for the first 4 punters, and you get top 5 in that. So 3, 4, 2, and 10.
Nice. Now we head over to South Australia, Morpheville. Race 6 is a no bet race, no tip race for me. Muzz, what do you like?
Uh, just one sec, mate. I sent my little daughter a message to get me some water before I drown. Muppetsville, I call this place. I can
Muppetsville.
never find a winner at Muppetsville. Let's see if we can change it all today. Where do we got? Race 6. Let
Yep.
me find it, mate. Oh, fire away. Muppetsville, race 6. I don't know what's going on with the internet down here. Right, this is a listed race. Another hard race to get into. Uh, yeah, it's a horrible race. Horrible race, Dexter. I'm the same as you, Jase. I couldn't really find anything of value here in this race. I've gone for a couple of really outsiders. I've gone for the 2 here, Mark Zara's. I just think it's just an open, horrible race, a listed race too.
Mm.
The top weight, bootlegger, nothing with his form. Been there twice for 2, Morfordville for 5 for 4. $11. I don't know about the favourite. Um, you know, I can't tip against them because it's a Hayes horse, but I just think it's a funny race, that one. I'm probably going to stay out of it and hope the Hayes horse wins, but 2 and 3 for a bit of value there at Morfordville.
And they reckon the rain's coming there too, don't they? Saturday morning.
Sorry,
They reckon the
yeah,
rain's going to hit there Saturday morning too.
yes, yeah.
So that might make things a bit tougher too.
That's race. Was that race 6? Wasn't it? No.
Yeah, race
Hang on,
six.
we
Yeah,
got race 6. No, I
yeah,
was in race 7. I was race 7. No, let's go back. Sorry, guys, those
you're
tips.
right.
Delete. Delete that. Let's go back to Morphettville race 6. That's what I was thinking, race 6. Yeah, okay. I think the favourite here. This is yeah. Let's rewind the video, cut it out, splice it. No, we won't. I think Danny O'Brien's got this one absolutely firing at the moment. See what I see. Big money on this. Big. Lots of money being thrown at this horse. I remember the race now. And I've got the 3 as a main danger, but that's one of my best bets of the day in Morfordville, race 6, number 2. The 1 could do anything. It's at $6, and the 4 and 8 for those that want to do so 3, 2, 1, 4, and 8. Have a bit of fun with that. Those numbers around there at Morfordville.
Rightio, on to race 7. Um, I don't mind Rohesia. Looking to make it 3 on the trot. Up to 1600 metres looks all right, drawn well. But if the rain comes, it's never even had a start on anything worse than a good track. So I can't even tip that with confidence till I know what the track is doing.
Right, and that's the thing at the moment. It's good. So I've tipped it on top 6 to beat 1, 12, and 10 in race 7 in the Guineas. Now we're back on track. In race 8, I've got a big, massive flames everywhere. Very hard race.
I thought you were going to say a massive roughie that's going to win.
No.
Rightio.
I do have a roughie in that, but anyway, go. What do you got?
Race 8. I am with the McAvoy runner. Another one to do with the weather as well. Bolted in last start at Flemington in good fashion. Back to 2,500 metres is fine. Expect this horse to be strong late. Curry retaining the ride, a bonus, but another one that's just got no wet track form at all. To have one start was soft for nothing. So
Yeah, I'm going on a good. There is a prediction for rain, and this is our biggest problem, punters. Please bear in mind that we're tipping on sort of a good to a very, very minute soft. If the rain comes down and it becomes boggy and heavy, disregard most of the stuff because we've gone on currently what the horses are doing at this particular stage over these particular track conditions, and I've got in on top too. I think bearing in mind it's coming over the border. I think $5.50 stealing money. I opened at $4.60 up to $5.50 now. I just think it's stealing money. I think the top weight's probably the one that may sort of worry it. I've had a little bit of a sneaky call on this. Companies loves. He's probably one of the best training distance horses. Jamie Mott can't get. I just can't. Every time I back Jamie, I don't know. Something happens anyway. It's had 1-on-1 for it. I just think single choice is probably the danger, and 12 and 10 for our multiple players. Sorry, 2 and 8, 2 and 3 for our multiple players. 15, 1, 2 and 3.
nice. Right out onto race 9. It's a no tip race for me. What do you like in race 9?
Yeah, I've got a few in this. I just think this race here is again a very, very open race. Bear in mind we're tipping on what we've got currently at the moment. I just like the red. I like the one in this. I just think nice barrier. John Allen hasn't been on top, which is probably a worry for me. But its form is 2-1-3-3-1-3. I mean, it's got great form, and I think it's really good form for this race. And it's a very, very open race. I think the 3 high on sugar, 4 ginger sinner, will be probably the ones. Question marks. Being a top 8, I've thrown in the 11 and the 8 for some value. So 1, 3, 4, 11, and 8 for those looking for value. The 8 is, and I just the 8's $16, and it's got some great form. And it's it can throw in there, and I mean at top 8, it's paying $1.80. So 1, 3, 4, 11, and 8 for me.
Beautiful. Now we're off to Bendigo. Race 4 is a no tip race for me. Something different. Muzz, what do you like in that?
You're making it tough for Muzzer.
I know. But you love these races. I hate them.
Yeah, it is. It's just unfortunate again. These races, as we said, yeah, listed races and all these races, new different rules, new different tracks. It's horrible. But if you're having a punt, you got to try and do your best, and hopefully we'll find it. Look, I've gone 5, 8, 14, and 6. I think the 5 with Harry Coffey on it, never been on before. I just think it's a good little barrier. Second up, it's had 3 starts and twice in the money. Again, a very open race. So I've gone 5, 8, 14, and 6 for some value.
Beautiful. Rightio. Now off to race 5. I don't mind Lady Jones here. Runs well second up. Ran okay first up on a soft track. Prefers a drier track. Should get this here if the rain holds off until after the meeting. So there is rain forecast for that night. Drawn ideally to track the speed and fly late. Well placed, I think.
I've got it on top also. I just think it's just right. Again, Maloney jumps on, hasn't been on, but I just think it's a good little chance. I think the hardest to beat will be the 1 and the 2. But I've gone 6, 1, 2, and 7 at Bendigo race 5.
6, 1, 2, and 7.
We go to 8 now, don't we? We jumped a
Race
few.
8. What's that,
Hey,
mate?
we go to race 8 now. We've jumped a few.
Yep. Race 8. I've gone with number 7, Gold Coast Bell. Bowled it in last start. Looking to make it 3 in a row. Can win again, I think.
I backed it last start. I think it's the same. I think be very hard to beat. If anything's going to beat it, I think it'll be our little boys, the Hayes, to upset it at $9. Bakash, number 3. Um, the 11 and 12 go in as some value in there. Um, Another $5, $6 chance, Hawksy and Bell Mazayan, number 12. Good barrier on this. I kind of like this horse. It's had 4 starts, 2 for 2, and there's a $10 chance, number 12. So keep an eye on that Bendigo race 8, number 12. But clearly the favourite's the one to beat.
Beautiful. Rightio, now on to race 9. I think it's a good race for Al Duke here. Um, in strong form, leads and dictates. I just think it'll take catching. And yeah, it's the one to beat. What's your thoughts on race 9?
Look, man, I would have actually nearly just about had it on top. My only problem with that horse is it hasn't got a lot of speed out, and it's got barrier 14. So, and it is quite a big field. I think it's a 14 or 15. There may be scratchings, but it's got to jump from the wide barrier. So that I'd sort of hesitated a little bit with that. But again, I think it's definitely one you've got to put in there. I've gone with a horse that's got a bit of value here. It's a $10 chance. Husey, race 9, number 3. Um, Won the Echuca Cup. I think he can go 3 for 3. Jet Stanley, he's only had 1 start on it and he's won on it. So I think it to beat the 5, 6, and 11. 3, 5, 6, 11. Bendigo race 9.
Beautiful. Now we're heading to Hawkesbury, race 6. I've gone with Streamo. Ran on well first up. Rising in distance is ideal from a good draw. Runs well second up. Looks well placed.
Yeah, another one I was just hesitating on. The barrier for me is a worry on this horse again. Skyhooks. I think if it can overcome the barrier, I kind of like it in this race.
Yep.
Uh, to beat Extremo, I think 1 and 2 these things, and the 4 and the 3. So I think your winner's going to come out from 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you want to box those up, I don't think you're going to do any damage. But I've just gone the 1 slightly in front of the 2, 4, and 3 in race 6 Horseberry.
Beautiful. Rightio, race 7. I think Chidiac is in career best form, drawn well, and should get every chance to fly over the top again here. Should take beating.
Yeah, I've gone. I don't like not first starters, but coming back from a spell, 25 weeks off. But I just think this O'Diamond Lil, number 4 at Hawkesbury, been at the track, run third, 1 start over 1,301, reasonably good barrier, gets out. It's won 7 from 17. That's a great strike rate for a horse. I think the hardest to beat. Um, right down the bottom, not too far down the bottom, number 14, Arctic Venture. It's only carrying 54 kilos. It's got great second up form. Looking again for value. the 9 in that. Um, and I just got one here that we're on race 8, aren't we? No, race 7.
Race 7.
Sorry, guys. The 13 and the 16. So 4, 5, 13, 16 in that. And there's some value with the 13 and 16 in there. Some really good value. So yeah, 4, 5, 13, 16.
Rightio, on to race 8.
Big one.
Yeah, I'm with Vivier here, number 5. Suited in this grade, drawn ideally to get every chance. Should be running on well late. What's your thoughts on that?
Look, I had one that was scratched. So I'm in a bit of trouble with that one. It must be a late scratching. Well, not a late scratching, but just being scratched. So you go down the bottom, number 14, Capitan Ferrari, number 14, coming on a bad barrier again, 13. Um, just horrible. But again, it's won 6 and 6 placings out of 17 starts. The 9 um, should give them a bit of a run for their money. It's at $3.40. I think if anything's going to beat it, it could come out of that. But I've got one here, which is very very smart horse on its day, which is one of that Bjorn Baker's number 3, and it's at $10. A more victorious. It's got great first up form. Um, Josh Parr's one on it, 5 out of 6. He's had 6 starts for 5 placings and winning at 3 starts. It's got good form coming first run from a spell. I think it'll jump and hopefully gets a good lead. Be hard to run down, and that's at $10. But 14, 9, and 3. But now that the 4's out, I might chuck the 3 a little bit further up, and maybe might back that. I'll have to look at that again because I had the 4 on top there. But yeah, 14, 9, and 3.
Rightio, race 9. It's a no tip race for me. What are you liking that, Muzz?
Mate, I've gone for the 7 Zealousy. Again, 1100 meters, shitty barriers. These are the things. Good horses have been drawing shit barriers, so they can overcome stuff like that and get reasonable races. And this is where it's just hard because you've got shitty horses with good barriers. If they use them correctly, and we're in diabolical trouble. That's what it's
Yeah,
all about. But I've gone 7 in that to beat the 3, 6, and 15. And then I noticed it was a top 7. So I've chucked the 1 in there as a roughie at $18. And I think, once it gets over a bit more distance, guys, you want to black book this one. It's coming back from a spell. I'm not saying it can't win fresh. I don't think it can, barrier 13. But if you want to see a horse coming home, keep an eye on the 1. It'll be rattling home very, very late in the piece over 1100. And very, very good horse in that field. And I'm not saying it can't win, but I'd be surprised if it did. But made $18. So yeah, it's 7, 3, 6, 15, and 1.
nice, rightio. That's all I've got. Any extras you like, Muzz?
It's with a Wagga Cup today, and
Yeah,
old John Travolta. He was in tomorrow, but he's scratched for this event. He's going to be short. The Wagga Cup, I think, is race 7 today, number 2. I think he's going to be very, very, very hard to beat in that race. I think he's 2.90 or $3. And for me and for our lovely punters out there that like the same race multis, I'm going to chuck the 6, 8, and 10. So I've done one where I stood him out to run first, and 8, 6, and 10 to run. I think they're top 6 or 7 in that. And then I've done him again, top 2 to run with 6, 8, and 10 to run top. I think it's 5 in that. I'll have a look at the bet. But it's a really, really, really good race for him. And I just think bad luck will beat him in that. Yeah, so top 7. So I put him in to run first in one, second in the other. So top 1, top 2. I've had 2 separate ones, and 6, 8, and 10 to run top 7. And you're getting pretty good odds of. I got $8, 8.75 before. So, but yeah, no, that's about it for me, mate. I think it's another one of those days that punters, again, we do this for a bit of fun, and yeah, we like to make a bit of money, but be very careful with the weather, especially here at the moment. It's a beautiful day, but the rains predicted in Adelaide. So that could really, really change
Change.
things in Adelaide. So a lot of horses that don't have any wet form at all there. So scratchings, deductions, just keep that all in mind. The good thing about same race multi guys, as you know, um, if you get on early and you've got top 7 and top 8, there are scratchings, and then from there on it's top 5 and top 6. You'll still get paid for your top 7 and 8. So they'll still honour those bets. So it's good to get on early for the same race multis. I find that that's a pretty good deal at this stage. Whether they've changed it or not, I'm not sure. But I get on normally, Thursdays, and then on the Saturdays there's scratchings, and I've run 8 and I've got paid, and there's only top 5. So,
You just got to
but
put
yeah,
up with a
all
few
right, well, mate,
deductions.
that's it for us for another week, and we'll keep plotting around. I might be in Mel Vegas next Friday. Not sure yet. I've got to
Yeah.
drive to Griffiths, so I'll round around everywhere next week. So, but looking forward to it, and see if we can get some winners. Let's see if we can get the cup today on Travolta. I'll see how we go.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us, punters. Thanks, Muzzer. Remember, if you want to join us for the weekend, it's only $20. Jump on our website, head to the weekend special. We get footy, rugby, all racing, all sport, NBA, you name it. $20. Thanks again, Muzz. Thanks, punters. Everyone, have a good
Thanks,
weekend.
guys. Have a great week. Have a good weekend, and happy punting.
Cheers, Muzz.
See you, buddy.
See you, mate.